Okay, thank you. Well, I must tell you, I always wake up really nice and bright and happy when I come to visit you guys, because I feel like I'm part of you, and
Yes.
I guess I am part of you, right? Okay. Well, anyway, it's very nice to be here today and to be able to introduce Stephen. I must tell you quickly, I did meet Stephen for the first time a couple of years ago when I got to be the president a second time for the Northside Club. And I was at Pets with actually Teresa from here, who was the same year we were presidents. So Teresa and I just got into this habit of meeting each other in the bar after we went to our individual. No, this is not going to embarrass anybody, I hope. But anyway, that's where we met Stephen. And so every time.
I met you.
Well, it was interesting. We did wind up going into the bar when we had, the end of the day, and somehow Stephen was having the end of the day at the same time, so we all seemed to meet up, and it was not planned at all, but there he was. Anyway, we got to meet him for the first time. It did take me practically the whole conference to realize that he was the district governor nominee. And so I thought, well, that was a great way to meet new Rotarians in the bar. Not new Rotarians, but the other Rotarians. So anyway, well, I did get to know Stephen a little bit over the last couple of years. And this week, we've spent a lot of time in the car. So it's really nice to get to, to hear some good stories. And Stephen actually joined Rotary, the Rotary Club of Innsbruck in 1998. And he did it to really serve the community, which is really a Rotarian thing to me. I think that's where I see people at heart really joining, to want to help to do things for their community and for other people. He was president of his club in 2007, 2008. He had served on all sorts of different committees and the board and moved up the chairs, I assume. And one of his favorite projects was the MedLink, so I know you associate with that. And also, on the district level, he served as a Rotary Foundation advocate, an assistant governor, and led the team that chartered the Rotary Club of Short Pump. Stephen is a recipient of the Rotary International Service Above Self Award. And I'm not sure, but I think it was for Pronino. And he served on the board and volunteered with Pronino, which is the organization that rescues and rehabilitates street children in Honduras. He supports the foundation very much, and he is a Paul Harris Fellow, major donor, and belongs to the Bequest Society. And his wife, Beverly, also is a Paul Harris Fellow. And as far as attendance, Stephen has only missed one meeting in all the years that he's a Rotarian. Yeah. So he comes from Philadelphia area. He did graduate from Gettysburg College with an MBA from Crichton. He moved to Richmond after he had many years of marketing management in the railroad industry in Omaha, Nebraska, and Philadelphia. And so he owned and operated his own franchise, or his own frame company, and he sold it, and now he is, I think, a full-time Rotarian. I think he has always been. But it gives me great pleasure to introduce our district governor. Join me, Bob.
Big podium you have here. David, could you please come forward?
Uh-oh.
When we were at Pets in Reston, Virginia, we had the honor and privilege of meeting Gary Huang, who is now our president of Rotary International. And Gary challenged all the Rotarians, the president-elects and the governor-elects, to contribute to the Rotary Foundation last year. And the idea was that we were all going to be leading our clubs and districts, and by contributing to the foundation, we were going to lead by example for the foundation drive. So that if we contributed to the foundation as a group 100%, we'd be a part of the best class. So we achieved that accomplishment, and I want to thank David for leading by example and being a member of the best class.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure to come to the Hampton Roads Rotary, a great way to end the work week on a positive note. And I know you do so much for the community. The young lady in the back that was talking about all the things you do, that's just a drop in the bucket. It's only a month or two worth of community service, and there's 12 months in the year. I want to recognize some people. One of the things, characteristics of a vibrant Rotary Club, according to Rotary International, is serving Rotary beyond the club level. So we have people, many people in this room. I don't know if I'll have time for my speech if I recognize everybody, but thank you, Joe Mulcairn, for being district governor and district foundation chair and doing things at Rotary at the zone level. I could talk all afternoon, all morning about what you do for Rotary. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Charlie Firestone, with Youth Services over the years. Mary Lou Mortimer for being an area governor. Channing Zucker, jack of all trades. You were an area governor and done so many other things for the district. And I guess Claudia Rawlings is an honorary member of your club. She was district governor a number of years ago. And just want to thank you all for what you've done and congratulate you on receiving a district grant for your automobile mechanics training. That sounds like a great project, so glad you're doing that. Today I want to talk a little bit about Rotary, and we have the role of our Rotary district is to support our clubs by being a resource for you. The district provides training for current and future Rotary leaders. We provide useful information such as best practices to help clubs become stronger. And the district creates opportunities for Rotary leaders to work together and share ideas so that clubs can increase member satisfaction and improve club performance. The Rotary Foundation is very important to Rotary because it helps Rotary clubs perform more community service and more impactful community service in their communities and communities around the world. Witness our new district grants program. Recently, Rotary International updated its strategic plan. 3 critical areas were identified that are interrelated, just like a three-legged stool. These 3 elements are: 1, strengthening clubs, which means grow membership; 2, have a greater impact serving our communities through the Rotary Foundation; and 3, achieving a better public image and greater awareness of what Rotary does. You can easily see that as we grow our membership, we're able to do more and better community service. And as we improve our community service, we create greater awareness in the community about what we do as Rotarians. And when people find out what we're doing, they want to become Rotarians just like you and me. If one leg of the stool breaks, the stool can no longer stand. The heart of Rotary is within our Rotary clubs. The members enjoy fellowship with one another and enjoy doing good for their local community. This year's theme is Light Up Rotary. This theme encourages us to engage in Rotary Club activities and letting the world know what we do. By working together as Rotarians, we can accomplish a whole lot more than if we're working as individuals on our own. People have asked me, what are my goals as district governor this year? I believe a bottoms-up approach is most important. My goals are the cumulative goals of all the clubs in the district. Goals and achievements are meaningful when they are embraced by those in a position to make things happen. Goals that are imposed often go nowhere. Every year, Rotary International challenges its clubs to earn the Rotary International Presidential Citation Award. This is a great accomplishment for any Rotary club. To meet the requirements, clubs have to grow their membership, they have to participate in Rotary Foundation activities, perform community service, implement a Rotary Day, improve public image, amongst other activities. This year, let's light up Rotary by earning the Rotary Presidential Citation Award. I'd also be pleased if your club continues to support RILA as you have in the past. This past February, we had a record 120 students at the RILA convention in Wakefield. This year's RILA program will again be in Wakefield over President's Day weekend. So light up the world by supporting RILA. Does your club sponsor an Interact Club? Two Interact Clubs, that's wonderful.
And 2 Rotary clubs.
And 2 Rotaract Clubs, fantastic. Did you know that we can have Interact Clubs in middle schools now? And there's also a concept called Early Act, which is an Interact Club in an elementary school. Most Rotary clubs support youth in a variety of different ways. Why not shine more Rotary light on our youth? So, what can we do as Rotarians to strengthen Rotary? Remember my discussion of the 3-legged stool. The 3 legs again are 1, sustain and grow our membership. 2, have a greater impact serving our communities and communities around the world. And 3, improve Rotary's public image and awareness of what we do as Rotarians. So what can you do? First, be active and engaged in your Rotary Club. The more you're involved, the greater will be your enjoyment, and you get a whole lot in return. This happens as you gain new friendships, network your business, or have the satisfaction of knowing you've made the world a better place. Second, talk to your friends, talk to your business associates, your family members, and others about your Rotary experience. Tell them why you're a Rotarian. Perhaps it's because of the service projects. When I mean tell your friends, I mean tell them often. Let them know what's going on in your club. Third, help your club grow its membership. When you tell people about your Rotary Club and what it does, you'll soon discover who's interested in hearing your Rotary stories. Find out your friends' passions, and you'll learn the key to what will make them a Rotarian just like us. If they're interested in service, invite them to a club service project. Once they have that experience and have a good time with members of your club, they'll be more amenable to become a Rotarian. Fourth, support the Rotary Foundation. This can be achieved in different ways. The easiest way would be to contribute funds to the foundation. But just as important is to help your club participate in Rotary Foundation activities. And you'll be able to do that with your district grant this year. Fifth, the most important, have a good time and make sure everybody else has a good time too. Your collective efforts are what make your club stronger, more successful, and more enjoyable. What can clubs do to become stronger and more relevant? How many of you played with Legos when you were a child, or have children or grandchildren who played with Legos? Raise your hand. Just about everybody in the room. Do you know that Legos is one of the most successful toy brands of all time? Legos were first made by a Danish carpenter in the early 20th century. They were little wooden blocks. After World War II, they started making Legos out of plastic, and right after that they were making the interlocking block systems. The company started selling in the United States in the early 1960s. The first Legos with wheels were sold shortly thereafter. And up until 1971, Legos was a toy system primarily for boys. At about that time, they started making Lego sets for girls. Over time, societal changes required Legos to keep on innovating. In 1979, they produced space sets with astronauts to keep up with the Star Wars craze. And in the 1990s, we saw the advent of licensed Lego characters such as Winnie the Pooh. Recently, they released a Legos movie. Does anyone see the parallels with Rotary? Rotary's history. Rotary started as a businessman's networking organization in 1905. Shortly thereafter, Rotary learned that to be relevant in the community, we had to perform community service. Over the years, Rotary kept on making innovations over time, and such as the four-way test and implementation of the Rotary Foundation. And finally, we started including women Rotarians in 1988. Rotary has become a complex tapestry of members and clubs around the world that provides a variety of benefits to its members and different kinds of local and international services. Rotary needs to continually evolve over time. This requires innovation that is evolutionary, not revolutionary. We need to find ways to make our club more attractive to different and younger groups, while at the same time honoring our traditions and our successes of the past. The original plastic Legos are still available for kids who want them, or they can have a newer set of Legos, or they can watch the Legos movie. What will your club do to keep up with societal change? One thing that sets Rotary apart from other organizations is that we are international. I'm probably speaking to the choir here. Rotary by far has its greatest impact serving its local communities. That's not going to change anytime soon. International service is especially attractive to younger generations. Think about it. If you're over 55 or 60 years old, you probably traveled outside the United States for the first time when you were an adult. Today, about half of our college students spend a semester studying abroad. They have been on a vacation outside the United States or have been on a mission trip to a developing country. Younger people find it much easier to understand other cultures and accept other cultures, and the humanitarian needs overseas are more apparent because of the internet and other telecommunications. As a club, you don't have to take on a big international service project on your own. You can partner with other Rotary clubs. An international presence will make your club more attractive to younger people, but your primary focus will still be here in the Hampton Roads area. Let me take a minute to talk about our district conference. We have brochures on the table. Please refer to them. The conference will be at the Wyndham Virginia Crossings Hotel and Conference Center just north of Richmond. It's not too far for a drive from here. It's the top Wyndham property in the world this year. And we're going to have the conference October 10th through the 12th. We're going to have lots of interesting and engaging speakers. They'll talk about subjects that will help you personally, help your Rotary Club, and help your business or other organization. We're going to have lots of breakout sessions too. The breakouts will help you because you can pick and choose what subjects interest you most. On Friday, our theme is going to be innovation. And on Saturday, we're going to have lots of information on Rotary and non-Rotary subjects. Visit the House of Friendship, and you'll find out what other clubs are doing around the district. We'll also have booths set up on Rotary fellowships, Rotary exchanges, and other Rotary activities. We're going to have a lot of fun, too. On Saturday afternoon, we'll have a small golf outing. We're going to have a wine tasting, whiskey tasting, and right after that, we're going to have line dance classes. That's what happens when you have delegates to your committee. They're a great committee this year.
Stephen, in what order are you going to do?
You heard the order. On Friday evening, we're going to have a special entertainment program at dinner. And on Saturday night, we're going to have a dinner dance with a band called Innovations. They're a great dancing band, and it's also fun to listen to them. So, and then Saturday afternoon, we're going to have our food drive for the food bank, and you're participating with that this year with the food drive on September 27th. Finally, it's important to me that we have fun in Rotary. Rotary would not exist if we didn't have a good time. I want to contribute to that fun by offering you two fun challenges. Remember earlier I challenged you to earn the Rotary International Presidential Citation Award. To achieve that, you have to grow your club's membership. My first challenge is a membership challenge. If you grow your club's membership by 10% between July 1st and June 30th of next year, we're going to have a pie throwing contest. And I'll work with David on the details. And now, I'm going to bring the pies. That's a part of the deal. We're not going to have you bring blueberry pie or cherry pie to throw.
Pigs.
What's that?
Pigs.
Okay, yeah.
Pigs.
Okay, the second challenge is more of a district-wide challenge. It's related to the Rotary Foundation. This past year, we had our most successful annual fund drive. We raised $201 per capita. If we can achieve $220 per capita, I'll allow my head to be shaved at the foundation dinner next November.
You're going to be one good-looking fellow.
Yeah. I told my wife Beverly about it, and she said, you know, if they shave your head, the hair might not grow back. So, I want to thank you today for having me, and great welcome and warmth you've given to me. Thank you for what you do for Rotary. Thank you for what you're doing for your community. I hope to see many of you at the district conference.
Thank you, Stephen. Got a minute or two. Does anybody have any questions for Stephen?
Stephen, just a suggestion you might add on to, with your last name being as it is, you know, what you're going to do on Saturday afternoon, why not have a craft beer demonstration as well?
We can look into that, Chester.
Is that going to get you to the conference?
I think Overman's got a football game right there.
Oh, good excuse. Charlie.
There's another area governor there. Chester was.
Okay. Well, Chester was the district treasurer, too. I remember
Absolutely.
that. I'm sorry I didn't recognize you, Chester.
Stephen, I have a question for you. What do you think is the greatest challenge to get new, young members in the Rotary?
I think it manifests differently in different parts of the district or the Rotary world. And it's,
Step this way.
okay, yeah. The disappearing district governor. A Rotary club is best if it's diversified in its membership, and you can define that in several different ways, which are all important. So it's good to have people of all generations. So I think if we're welcoming to younger people and they enjoy the meetings and they see value, then that makes the most sense. So if a younger person needs mentoring and it's offered to them, they want it and have it, that's great. But they want the opportunity to be a leader. So when younger people come to the club, give them responsibilities and respect their views, and I think that makes a huge difference.
Charlie,
Yes.
why don't you tell them about the idea that we learned about from the young man from the Washington Rotary?
Well, we'll get into that afterwards. We're running out of time here. We are meeting with District Governor Stephen right afterwards, so please, board members, I hope you planned accordingly. If anybody else wants to stay, that's great. We'll meet right here. Stephen, got a couple things for you. I'm sure you have a number of mugs, but you don't have a Rotary Club of Hampton Roads mug.
No, I don't.
So this will be for you. You know the four-way test, so that's just that early morning reinforcement.
But I'm right-handed, I can't see it.
But we also heard that one of the other clubs presented you with something to drink, some beer.
They did.
And so we thought and Joe was nice enough to take care of this. We thought we'd give you something for Beverly.
Beverly would like that.
So we've got something for Beverly as well.
I'll have a nice.
And you can use them in concert, absolutely. We've got one more task for you.
Okay.
Draw the winning ticket for today.
I'm going to make somebody very happy.
$15 worth.
A lot of tickets here.
Let's put this one back. Oh, we got a couple of them jumping out. All right, I'll try that again.
Here we go. Last three numbers.
Last three.
9, 3, 5.
All right, folks, thank you much.